Hi, I'm Mary Kopczynski, the CEO of RegAlytics, and I'm just so stinking proud of my team. First of all, they've been working really hard. We spent maybe 3 years developing Merlin, which is our artificial intelligence backend, and building it was such a pain. We went as fast as we could with the finite resources we had, and there were even times when the team said, I don't believe you anymore. Merlin is never coming. Let's just do it manually or buy a third-party product. And there were times when I thought I made a huge mistake, but I knew it had to be a part of our future. So Merlin finally went live in February of this year. And the transformation of what we can do now is so impressive. I knew it would work, but really, each day I open RegAlytics and it's visibly better. Each day. At this point, the team is performing so quickly and so well that when they ask me my opinion on a new feature of the product, I say, oh no, you build what you think is right. Because whatever they build is so much better than what I ever dreamed RegAlytics would be. And so here's a few examples. I was working on our KPIs, which is where I gather the stats of how the company's performing in different ways. And I looked at, and in 2022, we were averaging about 4,200 alerts per month per person. And last month, we were able to produce 27,000 alerts per person per month. And that's not all. This weekend, the team took Merlin offline and completely overhauled our sector strategy, and it's 10 times more accurate. So if I go in and say, okay, show me privacy alerts, but related to healthcare, it's running through 3 different LLM strategies and getting the best possible accuracy, so you'll miss nothing, and ideally, you won't even waste your time on false positives. Okay, one last gush. I do get my founder moments here and there, but we had a big law firm piloting our product the last couple of weeks, and we told them what we tell everyone, which is we onboard whatever regulators people request, and if nobody wants Lebanese goat herding, I'm not going to prioritize that for onboarding. Well, by Friday, the law firm said, you should probably have a little more EU content. We said, okay. So by Tuesday morning, we had 30 new EU agencies onboarded, including the history all the way back to 2020. Like I said, our mission is to gather the entire global supply chain of the world's regulatory alerts for other people to build cool stuff with. So come, build some cool stuff with us. Okay, enough of the commercial, but what's going on in regulation? Well, the topic of the week is identity. And so you understand the massiveness of this topic. There were 151 alerts in the last 7 days. In broad categories, agencies care about one, how to certify you for various things, right? So if you need a license to drive a car, you need to have an identity and then a license that states you can drive. Same for doctors. You need an identity with a license to practice medicine. Same for companies. You need to have a charter with the state that you're in operation as a business. But what's really going on at a macro scale is how to digitize these identities of people and companies, but also maintain some semblance of security or privacy. Security is to ensure that these identities are not taken and put into use by the wrong people for bad things, but also privacy for the sake of privacy, right? If you're a doctor, are you allowed to fly in peace on an airplane on your vacation when there's a medical emergency? And to illustrate this point, I'm going to point out one alert from the Cyberspace Administration of China. The Ministry of Public Security in China has announced the implementation of regulations regarding the National Network Identity Verification Public Service Management, which is effective July 26th. It aims to enhance the protection of personal information and promote the establishment of a reliable national network identity verification system. Citizens can, of course, comment on this. They have a deadline for August 25th, 2024. And the overarching goal is to create a unified platform for identity verification that safeguards personal information and supports the development of a digital economy. So the interesting thing about China is they can do it, and they do it and it's done. Here in the US, we are still suffering from the various 50 states fighting back against any sort of federal mandate around identification. Is that good? Is that bad? There's an argument for both sides. But there are certainly efficiencies to be gained if the government, in a single piece of code, can move money, resources, talent, services, knowledge out directly to its constituents instantaneously. But it can also take away instantaneously. So as citizens, this is something for us to think about. And I'm going to give you one more alert to digest this week that you might care about, because the U.S. Department of Homeland Security is seeking public comments related to its Office of Biometric Identity Management and their tech assessments. This initiative is pushing to improve the performance of biometric technology and their interoperability with other systems. And this includes studies on face, fingerprint, iris scans. And the goal is to enhance the quality and the efficiency of this technology. And the goal is to help support national security while minimizing the burden on participants. They are accepting comments from you all the way up till September 23rd. And that is it this week for RegAlytics. We have the global supply chain of the world's regulatory alerts in one very easy to use place. If you need a solution for anything related to regulation, give us a call.